In this session, we're going to be looking at the effects that come with Maschine. Now, the effects can be used as insert effects and send effects, and I'm going to show you both. The first thing to do is, if you want to use an effect, you use any of these tabs here. Now, in a sound, you've got 3 tabs because the first tab is taken up with the type of voicing that's being used and the type of insert on the sound. And then on a group, you've got 4, and on the master, you have 4 as well. So the insert will always be here with a drop down, and you can see it there. We have dynamics, we have filters, modulation, reverbs, delays, and some distortion effects as well. So as I say, very easy to use, and depending on the type of effect you want to achieve, then that will depend on how you use it within Maschine. So for example, let's take a drum kit and let's have a quick listen to that. Give that a play. Let's have a look at this then. I'm going to get this snared. I'm just going to play this scene. I'd like to put a reverb on that snare, so I'm going to come to a drop down. And I'm going to go to reverb. And let's just solo that for a minute. Make it big with stereo. I like that. Let's hear it in the track again. Let's try another one. We'll try the bass, but this time we'll go onto the group settings. So these are the groups 1 to 8, and we're going to put a EQ across the whole of the bass channel. So we just come here. And there's the EQ. I'm going to put some more bottom end into that. So let's solo that again. And I'm going to add a compressor in as well. Let's go into our second drop down. And we'll go compressor. Now, anytime, if you want to try some presets out, we can come to our drop downs here, and we then have effects built in. And what we can do straight away is we can come down to the compressors here, an auto compressor, and just drag that and drop it onto there. The standard one instead. I like that one. Let's try out that track. We're going to try the guitar now. Check that one out. Now the guitar also has some choiring at this point. If I just play this for a second. So I don't want to use group send this time. I want to use sound send. And when I come to the guitar, at the moment you see we've got a beat delay and a distortion. We can see what they're doing at the moment. This is it without any effects. Excuse me. So here's the beat delay. And there's the distortion. I'm going to just change that a bit. And I'm going to add a reverb in as well, but this time I'm going to use the metaverb. So let's hear that track now. Okay, I like that. So far we've used group and sound settings, and then we have master as well. At the moment there's a compressor on here. But instead of using the compressor, I'm going to use the maximizer. Yep, like that. Some real energy in there. Let's try scene 1. It's really pumping now, and you've got that real energy in there. Now, that's all down to taste. So there we are so far with insert effects. Now, the thing to remember as well, and I've shown you on another video, and if you haven't seen it yet, it's worth checking out, that when you add your own effects, you can then bring them in as well from here. You can then just drag them in. So at the moment, I've got the meta verb there, but I can actually bring in the CSR Hall, and that will actually load in a VST effect, which I've loaded from earlier, which is really cool. And it saves it there in the memory, which is really helpful if you want to keep using it in stuff and you don't have to keep reinstantiating it and then setting it all back up again. So anyway, we're going to stop that track. We're going to come back to another project. Let's find another project. I'm going to club project up and we'll go for new style. Discard that. Because what I want to show you now is a second thing that you can do, which is send effects. So first, let's have a listen to this track, see what we've got. What I want to do is find some snare drums. Now what I'm going to do is set up an auxiliary send effect. Now this is the same as using an auxiliary send on a mixing desk, and it's done slightly differently within Maschine. Let me show you how you do it. I'm going to take a group, and I'm going to use this group, and I'm going to go for input, and leave that on internal. And now we have an internal input coming back in. If we go back to our sounds, and go back to the snare here, and the sampler, and we go to the output here, at the moment it's got an auxiliary going out of a reverb. Now if I go to here, and I go to H, that's now an input coming in. Let me show you. I can just actually play that for a second. We'll just put just the drums on to show you. So it's coming in there now. So if I go to group H now, we're going to add a reverb in. So we now have a reverb coming in. We can name that reverb. So it's coming into that H input now. So we can use that on any instrument or any sound now we like. So here's the hits. So instead of using this reverb, what I'm going to do instead come here, go to output again, so we've got the auxiliary coming in here now. Add some more in, create a multi-effect going on. And move them around. And now that's all controlled from our send here. Our snare as well. What I'm going to do as well now is that's going out of a group at the moment, so I'm going to go to the master. And turn the mix down here. So there we are, that's using insert effects and send effects. Thanks for watching.